I am very upset. Hello, welcome back to Classics with a Quirk, where we talk about contemporary and luxury designer items and brands with a touch of silliness. If this is the kind of content you find interesting, please do like this video and subscribe for more of it. Thank you. Well, here we are with a video that was supposed to be a happy one. It was a birthday unboxing, a really exciting wish list item that I now have to make a video about a nightmare horror story instead. And I am really upset and frustrated about the entire situation, and I'm upset that I have to be making this video, but I think it's only right and fair to make this video, especially considering the situation at large. And I'm just gonna get right into it and start with the fact that I have this bag. This is a vintage Chanel jumbo in the beige with the big CCs. It is a bag that I've been talking about nonstop for months. And why am I not happy? Why am I upset? What is the problem here? Well, here's the first thing I have to say is that I bought this bag off of Buyee, and as you probably know, if you've been here before, I've worked with Buyee a number of times on my channel. I've made several videos about my experiences buying through Buyee and having good experiences, and I've made several videos sponsored by Buyee where I talk about the service. Buyee is an online Japanese proxy service where you're able to buy things from Japan through their proxy service, like Japanese auctions and eBay, well, Yahoo auctions, Mercari, Rakuten, all that sort of thing. And previous to this, I have had only good experiences with Buyee, and I have talked about them a lot, and I've talked them up because I think that it's a great place to go to find items that you couldn't really find on the English-speaking market. Like there's not as many places to buy things on the English-speaking market. There's like Fashion File, Rebag, Yugi's Closet, eBay. There's not that many though, and so Buyee gave you a lot more options. However, it's only fair after I've talked them up so much in almost entirely positive lights that I tell you the negative, the incredibly large negative that I experienced this time. And honestly, it's colored my entire experience with buying through Buyee. I don't plan to use them again. I don't think I will be using Buyee again for purchasing luxury goods. And this is a warning, if nothing else, to you. I feel like I need to retract some of my statements as to how good and useful the service is. Now, I don't think that everybody is going to have negative experiences. Obviously, I didn't up until this point. But the fact that I had this particular experience and how bad it went. All right, let me just get into it. So I bought this bag off of Buyee. I got a really good deal on it, and I was really excited about it. This is the bag that I've wanted forever, and it looks beautiful. It does, except the minute I opened it and saw it, I touched it, I knew that it was heavily painted. I knew that this was a completely painted bag. And I mean, I don't know how obvious it is going to be on camera because right now it just kind of looks like the beige jumbo, but touching it, it's so obvious if you know anything about leather, if you felt actual lambskin and then you feel this, you know that it's been painted poorly, and you can see it like up close, like just looking at it, you can see brush strokes, you can see color peeking through. I'll put some pictures up here about like how thick and poorly done the painting was, and just completely devalues the bag for me personally as a collector who really likes vintage lambskin. I will not buy a painted bag. I won't. Touch-ups are different to me, like a touched up bag, like some corner wear being touched up, like fine, okay. But like a painted or a dyed bag, I will not purchase. If I had known this was a painted bag, I would not have bought it. And I was very upset because it was sold to me as a vintage beige jumbo. This was painted beige. It was painted, like the entire bag is painted beige. So I was upset. So I reached out to Buyee and I told them that I purchased a Chanel bag, a beige Chanel bag. It was entirely painted, which was not disclosed in the listing. And I wanted to return it. I wasn't planning on keeping the bag but I wanted a refund of my money. I wanted to send the bag back and get my money back. And this is where the problems start. So Buyee started with responding to me saying that there was nothing they could do. They are only a proxy service, and it is not their responsibility to vet whether or not a seller has said the right thing on their listing. It's not Buyee's responsibility to say, oh, the seller said something incorrect or didn't describe their item properly, so you get a refund. There's nothing they do. They only ship the items to you and inspect the items for like making sure it's not a rock. So I wrote back and I said, well, I paid for your authentication service actually, because Buyee now offers, if you buy through Buyee Mercari, they offer an authentication service. You pay a 30,000 yen fee, so it's about $25, and you get them authenticated by what I assumed was a legitimate third party. Japan is known for its authentication. Okay, sure. But it didn't get dinged in authentication. This was a fully painted bag, and it should have. So I told them that you sent this out for authentication. What's the deal? And in fact, in order to back up my statements, I went to Zico Authentication, who's one of the world's foremost, experts in Chanel. You might know her. And I paid for an authentication out of my own pocket. So this is more money that I'm paying toward this bag. And I bought a descriptive analysis from her. So an $80 fully descriptive analysis where she takes apart each part of the bag and describes the inside, the outside, the exterior, all that sort of thing. And Zico, in one of her points, said that yes, this bag was extensively repainted and retouched both inside and outside, which was obvious to the naked eye, truly. But Zico verified, I got an authenticator to give me a certificate that said, yes, the bag was completely painted, just so you know. So I wrote Buyee back. I said, hey, so your authentication process didn't ding the fact that it was painted. And I have here is a certificate from an authenticator, a world-renowned authenticator, that says the bag was painted. I want to return the bag. It was not as described. And Buyee responded, please note that the determination of whether a branded item is genuine or counterfeit can only be made by the trademark holder. The results of third-party authentication, including the authenticity verification provided by our company, are based on inspections and research of numerous products and therefore are not definitive. So they basically say in their email that their own authentication process is worthless. They tell me that it's not definitive. What did I pay for it then? And because I had a third-party authentication, Buyee is saying that no third-party authentication is viable to prove that the bag is inauthentic. Only the trademark holder, so in this case Chanel, could say whether or not the bag was authentic or painted or touched up. So what is the purpose of your authentication process if you are telling me that it's worthless? What is the point exactly? Please enlighten me. So they, again, refused to deal with anything with the bag. They said that their authentication process is garbage. My authentication process is garbage, and there's nothing that can be done. It's not their problem. Excuse me? I have proof that the bag was painted. I could show you pictures. I took some pictures. It was obvious that the bag was painted. And they said in the email, we are afraid that the issue you are referring to is not part of our inspection, as there is no way to differentiate if it was painted that way or not. That's false. That is just a complete falsehood, because it's right there. You can see the thick paint covering the stitches on this bag. So I don't know where they're coming from telling me that you can't tell that it's painted, because it's even if you don't know anything about bags, you look at it. I showed a couple of friends, they're yeah, it's obvious that something has been done to this bag. So they're telling me that there's nothing they can do. They're telling me that there was no way to verify if it was painted or not, which is wrong. And they're telling me that their own authentication process is worthless and my authentication process is also worthless. So I open up a case with PayPal immediately, and I show them all the information. I also send them Zico's authentication certificate that says the bag was retouched. I further elaborated on the fact that the description had no mention of the fact that the bag was completely recolored, completely painted. And I also provided examples of the bag and pictures that I had taken and pictures from the listing itself. I also wrote that Buyee was not taking responsibility for the fact that the bag was damaged, because that's what I consider this bag to be, damaged. Now at the same time, and here's the thing that is even more upsetting, truly, I find this the most upsetting part of this entire process, is that I also reached out to my contact with Buyee, because as I've said, I've worked with Buyee before. They've sponsored several of my videos because previously I fully endorsed the service. And so I knew somebody kind of on the inside who worked for Buyee. And so I contacted him and said, hey, this is what happened, and I don't know what to do. I'm very upset. And I actually also told him that I am no longer comfortable, because we had talked about me doing some other spots, including this unboxing video, this reveal, doing several more sponsored videos with Buyee. And I told him that I don't feel comfortable representing Buyee anymore, because this situation that happened. Like, luxury items are very expensive. How am I supposed, even if they weren't expensive, but how am I supposed to tell my viewers to use Buyee when I know that this is how they deal with a product that is damaged or a product that is inauthentic? They just don't take responsibility for that. I can't in good conscience tell you, like you, my viewers, that Buyee is a service that I endorse anymore if this is how they treat their clientele, especially clientele that is buying thousands of dollars worth of luxury goods. Like, you wouldn't, like, no, absolutely, no, I can't do that. So I told him that I told him all of this, and he said that he would look into it personally. So I'm getting special treatment now. And lo and behold, yes, I got another email from Buyee saying that regarding the package, as a special courtesy this time, if you agree to bear the returning fee and return the package to us, we will verify the returned item again, and then we will refund the fees you paid, excluding the plan fee and authentication fee. So I'm getting special treatment. As a courtesy this time, if I personally return the bag on my own dime, send it back to them, they will refund my money minus the worthless authentication fee and the plan fee that I originally paid for to get the bag shipped to me in the first place. So now they want me to be out the authentication fee that I paid that they're saying is no good. And they also want me to pay for the bag to be sent back to them, which, you know, would be shipping international and with insurance and tracking. So like, that's not going to be insignificant. Obviously I'm going to pay $100 to get my several thousand back, but I shouldn't be responsible for that because it's all on them. Like, this bag wouldn't have been sent to me in the first place had they done the authentication properly, had they inspected it properly, had they had anything to do about with the listing, with it being. And then again, like, I'm getting special treatment as a courtesy. Like, I don't know if I had continued to fight and made a fuss without talking to my Buyee contact, if they would have said, okay, you can also get a courtesy this one time. But as far as I know, I'm getting this courtesy, this refund chance because my contact talked to them about it. Which means that if I didn't have a contact, I might be out of luck. I might just be having to hold on to a painted bag that is valueless to me. And then that's something that would happen to you. If you bought a bag that was painted or inauthentic, then they would say, nope, it's not our problem. I do still have the case open with PayPal, and I don't know what PayPal's verdict is going to be. I have about a week before PayPal decides, like, to finish the verdict and get back to me. They said that it would take them until like a such and such time, a date, for Buyee to respond and all that. But because Buyee has already said that they would refund part of my money if I send the bag back, I don't know what PayPal would do with the, like if I continue to try to fight it. And I don't want to keep it, I don't want to have my money in limbo for another like 2 weeks, month, who knows. So I have decided that I'm going to just send the bag back and lose the shipping, of course, lose the authentication fee, of course, but ultimately I'll get like the majority of my money back, and then I will be done with the whole situation. I'm very fed up. I'm very upset and frustrated, and I'm glad that I'm going to be hopefully getting it completely taken care of thanks to an in I had with the company. I mean, I don't know what you would do. Would you continue to buy from Buyee? Like, do you think that it would be worth the risk to continue purchasing through this service, knowing that if you purchased a bag that was inauthentic, or a bag that was damaged, or a bag that was otherwise not described, or otherwise was not as described, then you know that you'd be just like out of luck? I'd love to hear your opinions on like what you think that you should do. Obviously, after this video comes out, Buyee is never going to work with me again, and I'm kind of fine with that because I have, I don't know, integrity. Like, I'm not going to promote like I keep saying that I'm not going to promote their service, considering that this is how they treat customers in any case. But again, with especially expensive things, like that's ridiculous. That's so silly. Like, why would I do that? Anyway, I'm getting a little bit heated, but I just wanted to tell you this and show you the bag before I sent it back, because I'm going to send it back today. I like got the email from them, and so I just like, I'm going to make the video. I'm going to put it out on the internet, and unfortunately that is the reality of my situation. That seems to be the reality of buying from Buyee in general. I'm really bummed because I liked using the service. I liked finding things on Buyee. I bought several items from Buyee. I just recently unboxed a Delvaux bag that I got from Buyee that I love and I'm really happy with, and I'll link that unboxing video for you if you're interested in it. It wasn't a sponsored video. Like, I saw it on the website. I bought it with my own money, and yay, good job me, I suppose. But with this bag, like, I mean, I'm not going to keep it because I don't like how it feels. It feels like plastic. It is what it is. I'm sending this bag back. I'm glad that I'm going to be getting at least most of a refund. Obviously, I'm going to be filming the packaging up. I'm going to be making sure that I buy insurance tracking and everything like that when I ship it. But that is my horror story of what was going to be a birthday unboxing, actually. This was supposed to be my birthday bag. Again, like also celebrating another milestone. But that's fine. Oh well, you know, I'll find something else, I'm sure. There's a couple of other things I'm looking at that I'm really interested in. So, you know, I'm a collector, so there's always something I like to look at, and it's fun to look and browse. So I'm still enjoying that part. It's just that this bag is not for me. This particular bag is not for me. I don't know if I will be adding another vintage beige jumbo to my collection. I'm still kind of really interested in the modern beige jumbo, so who knows, maybe that'll come into my collection next. I'm not sure, but again, I wanted to share my experience and the unfortunate reality of purchasing through Buyee, especially luxury goods, and wanted to give you this warning in regards to how it might go if the thing isn't what you expected it to be. Hi everybody, it's me from the future. I just wanted to give you a quick update. Hello laptop. A quick update about how things have played out with Buyee and the Chanel bag. Basically what happened is that PayPal sided with me. PayPal decided to refund my money. I submitted all the information. I submitted Zico authentication, everything, and PayPal determined that yes, Buyee had sold me something that was misrepresented and damaged, and so they refunded my money. During this time, I had sent the bag back already, and it was stuck in customs, and was stuck in customs for several weeks. And I, for a while, thought that Buyee wasn't even going to collect the bag because they would have to pay import fees to get it into the country again. I thought that Buyee was just going to leave it in customs forever, and if PayPal hadn't refunded my money, Buyee wouldn't have refunded my money until they got the bag back. So I was very upset about that, and I even wrote Buyee and said, hey, my bag has been stuck in customs for such a long time, what's the deal? And only after I sent that email did they say, oh, we're collecting it, sorry about that, so we're gonna get it back soon. It was such a long time that I can't express my frustration with this service now, and how I'm never going to use them again, and can't actually, because after they got the bag back, they determined, oh yes, PayPal had refunded you already, but they refunded you the full amount, which included the fact that they refunded the service fee and the authentication fee. So Buyee put an additional fee on my account that I would have to pay. They put a 3,500 yen fee on my account for the service that they had charged me, and said that until I paid that fee out of my own pocket, I would not be allowed to use Buyee again. Okay, great. I plan to never use Buyee again. Just utterly baffling, ridiculous. I'm so unhappy. I'm so upset. So that's my video. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that maybe it helps you make a more informed decision should you choose to use Buyee, or if you are thinking of using Buyee. In any case, I thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. It super duper helps the algorithm, and subscribe for more content that helps the algorithm even more. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.